Welcome back to another episode of JaybirdTV. This is It Goes Part 2. If you have not seen Part 1, I highly recommend watching that. But anyhow, let's jump into the episode. The first route we'll be climbing on is a green V2 V3. It's a really fun climb. As you can see, it's in this corner here, which allows for some unique movement like mantling, which I really enjoy quite a lot. So this is my warm-up, and I'm pretty much concerned with flowing well. I try to flow like water, focus on my footwork, focus on my breathing, try and do everything open-handed, and otherwise just get my body prepared, warmed up. And this is a great way to really focus on precise techniques like footwork. I love down climbing as well, stretching out those tendons. Next, hopping on this pink V2 V3 right next to it. This one is definitely a little bit crimpier. It has a lot of feet, which I really enjoy. I like when there's a lot of feet on routes because one, it feels flowy. Two, it definitely allows climbers of different sizes and heights to be able to do it successfully. And until you get to harder climbs, I find it doesn't really make all that much of a difference. In fact, I think when you're outdoor climbing, you might have a decent amount of foot options, although usually they're all not that great. But a lot of places to set your feet on. So just climbing up this. Trying to stick to the same set as per the standard JaybirdTV fashion. And we got a little celebrity shout out here. That's Audrey and also Mike Bienick. He'll be featured in this episode later, so I hope you're excited to see him climb. It's an amazing climber, also the head setter at Terra Firma. But next on this black V4, V5 on the corner here, very close to the formidable project, which we'll see quite a lot of in this episode. It's a very fun problem here though. Working up this corner, you have a lot of opportunities for heel hooks and a pretty cool move where you reach over left there to match that before moving out. Bump your left hand to a crimp. And then from here, you have to walk your feet up and get a higher heel hook. So I got the low one there before quickly realizing that I need to have my heel up higher. And they have that sloper, which is not very good, in order to really force you to use the heel hook, which I like. But I just decided to go power mode and skip it and go up to the top. Still felt pretty smooth to me, so I'm still pretty happy with that. Next, hopping on the blue pinch V4, V5. This one's just left of the black route I climbed. Once again, right next to that orange project. Love those features there. That is just really cool. So starting with the heel hook, the other foot just kind of hanging out in space. And then I campus my heel over to the right in order to cross up right. Then get the left foot on to move up left. I love pinches, so I really like this route. It's pretty cool. Amount of heel hooks and pinches you do just feels really awesome. So shifting my weight up here. And before really getting set and moving to the top. So quite a fun route. Just pretty excited to see that. The beginning is really fun too, starting just kind of hanging on your heel and then switching it over feels pretty dope. So next is this blue V6, V7, those little crimps on these features. Now this was quite a tough route. I would say it's probably the hardest V6, V7 on this set. Probably the third hardest out of all the routes in this set. You will definitely see the two hardest, one which is the project. Another one would have been a project and you'll see some goes on it, but unfortunately there's only so much time in a gym. Let's get back to this blue V6, V7. So all very powerful crimpy moves. You'll see me trying to control the move and then kind of reaching out and almost falling because I had to transition my weight. And they're almost losing it, but managed to keep core tension and get my foot back on. That move was pretty powerful too, reaching up over left. And here you're working your way to the feature. These crimps are all about the same. They're good enough, but I am crimping pretty dang hard on them. Now here I got my left foot up in order to go out right. But I did get rather tired and just came off. And I was pretty wowed. I didn't expect this to be so hard. I didn't expect to try so hard. But here we go, second attempt. The goal is to move quicker, more efficiently, have smarter beta, and of course, try harder. So, getting back into this feature here, I do love that you hit those holds and bump in, but it never feels all that much easier. The big cross move over here, you can see I'm moving a little more fluidly, not popping my foot off like a fool, and get the right hand up there. Working out right on this feature. This time I get a heel hook, which is a much wiser beta. And thankfully that allows me to get my right foot up and use my core to go out right and hit the move I fell on last time. Turn that heel into a toe, really paste my right foot spearing on the wall before I'm able to get up and thankfully top this thing out. A gnarly route, and my finger was actually bleeding because I thumb wrapped so hard on it. So I was pretty shocked once again, but happy to get that send. Now we are looking at the blue holds. So believe it or not, this one might have been even harder than the orange project, although I did not sink nearly as much time into this one. These are both in the same set, and the sets are only up for about 4 weeks max here. So however many climbing sessions I get in to those weeks kind of varies, but this is one you'll see me have some good goes on. I wish I had more time for this one, but it's very balancy, crimpy movement. So doing a cool drop knee there, getting the right hand up, high left foot here, and this is just the beginning of the crux sequence. So my left hand just pops right off that. As you can see, just popping off that once again. I cut out the beginning moves just because this is kind of a long episode here. So this time I'm able to stick it. And this is where the real tricky part comes in. You need to go up right next. And you would just think that you just get your right foot on somewhere. But getting your right foot on somewhere is really hard. So you're going to see me try a few different betas, from switching my feet to getting the right foot lower, left foot higher, to trying a back flag. Ultimately, no matter what you did, it felt really hard, and that crimp is pretty slopey, so it made for a very tough problem. Ironically, I dismissed it when I first saw it, thinking that I'd just be able to go right up it, but obviously not the case. Let's move forward and look at this yellow V6, V7. Has a pretty tough crux, and the rest of it is definitely consistent. Now, we are joined by Mike Bienick, awesome guy, the head setter here. He's really just doing a great job for a Terra Firma, and good friend of mine too. So I thought it'd be cool if we both climbed at the same time. So I'm on that yellow V6, V7. This is my on-site go. And he's getting on the green V6, V7 that was in the last episode. So I've already fallen. I was kind of surprised. I expected to go right up it. And you're going to see that I keep falling. Meanwhile, Mike Bienick is just going right up his. I had this beautiful image in my mind of us both sending at the same time. So cool, like twice the excitement. Well, you had the excitement from Mike Bienick over there climbing hard, but I am just struggling over there. So you're probably thinking, yeah, Mike Bienick is stronger than me. Totally true. And if you want to know why, well, check this out. So I've tried this yellow move, I don't know, what is that, like 8 times now? Pretty much fell every single time. Well, nice send, Mike, by the way. That green problem is really fun. And I'm still falling. So Mike gives it a try. Can he do it? I mean, it's pretty tough, right? Yep, yeah, he makes it look super easy. I don't know how some climbers do that. So inspired by his go, I'd try and see if I can replicate that power and just squeeze a little bit more. I really like those beginning moves, by the way. They're really fun. And I fall once again. So Bienick decides to show me how this bad boy goes. From the beginning, he gets his feet a little more widespread, and he decides just to stick this move. I do really like how he uses his momentum to go out to the left hand. From here, it's actually not done though. Go out left, cross over before working up to the feature, and the next move to get your right hand up is not that easy either. He drop knees, which gives him a really great position to do so. This brings you to the last pair of crimps and allows you to top the route out. Beautiful send from the man. Well done. So, your boy decides to hop on once more. Obviously, the track record's not looking too good, but hey, miracles happen, right? So inspired and getting set back into the crux, I managed to actually stick it. So alright, that's pretty exciting. It's one thing I love. If you ever have the chance to climb with someone who's stronger than you, I highly recommend it. It really will push you further, and it strengthens your mind in a way because you see that it's possible and you see how to do it. And oftentimes people climb differently, but Mike had a really smart beta on this and it worked well for me. Thankfully, I'm able to climb to the top of this and get the send. All right, send train in motion, baby. Now we're going to be getting on the project. So I did the close-up in the last episode, if you'd like to see that, but we're just gonna be hopping right on it. Now, you might see there's a lot of time left in this video, and I'm gonna let you know right now that it's all attempts on this. I did my best to shorten it, but it is a lot of attempts. I cut some out, but left the majority in because I really wanted to give you an idea of how much time was spent on the project. Well, anyway, as you can see, I'm doing the first few moves here. Now, this is important for later. See that I get a toe there and not a heel hook. Now, what this does do is allows me to, well, one, do the move. I couldn't really get the heel. But two, once you stick that pinch, which I really struggle on, you don't have to switch your foot to a toe. Now we have Mike Bienick trying. So I heel hooked in the beginning, he does a toe hook. Like that, it's pretty smooth. He also goes out left and just works his way out that way. He also gets a heel hook set here, and he chooses to drop his right leg and really just push against the wall hard. It's still pretty hard, as you can tell, even with someone strong like that. I did a lot of jump cutting here, just in our various goes and falls, because if I included the original footage, it would have been a couple hours long. Now that is really the crux for me, that pinch move, but here we get a nice close-up of Mike. Gets the toe set. These first holds are pretty good, which is really nice, but it does take power, and this route becomes a battle of power endurance. So here, you cross under, hit that, which is not a great crimp, and hit that pinch, which is not the best. Bienick's able to hold it in though, and boom, go up left and catch that. He works his right foot up, goes out right. Now, I was always under the impression that the crux is done now, but here's the crazy part. It's not even done. This next move is actually really tough. The hold you're on is slopey, and the next one's slopey as well. And you're also tired. Great go though, Bienick. This man's showing me how to do it. Now I'll be showing some close-ups and some whole clips of the climb, and mostly falling just to save time. But I do love the movement on this route, and I think it's interesting to see the contrast in our beta. My beta does change, spoiler alert, but there are many ways to do a climb, and were I stronger, this would probably go. So that becomes the problem. So when you have the heel set, what it does is it allows you to sink your hips into the wall closer, and it actually makes the move to the pinch a little more doable. However, with the toe set there, it's, I think, much harder. However, Bienick, nice sinking that. Getting the left hand up. Gets his right foot up. And boom, out to the final crux. The key was getting your left hand down as far to the good part of the sloper as you could, really going dynamically to the next hold. But the issue is that you're really pumped. So that familiar pinch move. Bienick went right hand that time, I'm not quite sure why. And just a beautiful montage of me falling off this pinch. Now, I did go from a start every single time, just hoping to get lucky, I suppose. I did work it in isolation a couple times, but it was actually almost harder to get set in isolation because of just the particularities of the route. And I really wanted to hone in the moves. So there I finally stick the pinch. Oh, excuse me, no, this isn't isolation. Don't let me mislead you. This is me working the top section. So this is the first time I've felt these holds. So I get the right foot out. I personally like Gaston moves a lot, so I wasn't sure how this would go, but I felt pretty confident. And I'm able to stick it. So that felt pretty good. Oh, I also think that it's fair to say that Bienick has sent this route before. He just wanted to work it with me again because he's an awesome guy and a good climbing buddy. In fact, he sent it quite a few times. What a G. Anyhow, I can seriously do it in isolation, so I go back to the many attempts. Here we go from the start again. So here I'm doing the toe hook beta now. That is saving me a little bit of energy versus the heel hook I originally started. I still choose to do that kind of right foot up beta, but here we have me trying to do the heel finally. Now this is a major change up in my beta, but by getting your right foot on when you get the left heel set, you can squeeze between them like a bicycle. And check that out, this allows me to actually hit the pinch. The next crux was switching my heel to a toe. This route is full of cruxes, but what a beautiful and difficult route. See, starting moves, getting the heel set here, the right toe on. Oh, those two crimps were pretty atrocious. And the move up. So here I'm able to stick it, go for the foot switch, get the foot switch, and I come off. So the crux has now moved to me sticking the next hold. So I found that chalking these off over time really helped. Now what's cool about the left hand move up is that you have to stick your right toe in order to keep your body in. If you miss it, you tend to come off. So here we go, moving quickly, get the right toe up. Moving through these, trying to keep everything smooth but controlled. Left hand out. Get the heel set. Right hand under. Left hand out. Stick the pinch. Switch it to a toe. Go up. And I fall off that once again. Oh, another interesting piece of beta that I forgot to mention is that when I'm getting the heel hook set, if I had my left hand, the crimp, closed, I couldn't do it. I had to keep it open hand in order to sink my weight properly. Pretty interesting too. Well, there's another fun montage of me falling. So I hope you're enjoying that. Definitely a lot of tries, a lot of chalk, sweat, and tears put into this. But I was happy to do so. It was a dope route. And I love that it changed my beta so much. And I love that I had to really hone it in so much. So the benefit of these sessions is that I'm really getting used to sinking the heel hook. So here we have some more polish goes. Get the heel set. Come under. Really sink my hips into the wall there. Hit the left crimp and crimp hard. Go upright, stick the pinch. Switch that left foot. Get the left hand up. Get the right foot set. Hit the slopey hold. Move my feet out right. Match it. Make sure to move my left hand down. Get it secure. Commit to the right hand up. Get the left foot up. And I forgot to move my right hand up. Another essential piece of the beta is moving your right hand up after you hit the pinch. Oh, I could not believe it. My first time doing the crux there. But this man finally has the beta. He finally feels powerful. He has the toe beginning, the heel beta now. Sinks it in. Hits the crimp. He hits the pinch, squeezes with all of his might, switches the toe, keeps the core tight, goes up, hits the toe hook at the same time as the left hand, feet up, moves his right hand low right away, gets the right hand out, matches, drops the left foot in order to make the next move out, and then thankfully I bump my right hand up. Get the left foot up, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm taking no chances. High left foot, and top it out. Oh my goodness. I screamed a cry of victory. So stoked. So, after that I was feeling pretty good, and I decided to revisit the potentially harder Blue V8. Now, if you watched this whole video, thank you so much for watching. I hope that it wasn't too much of me trying on the orange, but I really wanted to demonstrate that I put a lot of soul and heart into that, and I was really proud to get it. So, mad love, thank you for watching that. These are just kind of a bonus. Wasn't sure if I wanted to include them, but it's a really dope route. And these goes were a little better here at the end. So I excluded a few of me falling, but here you'll see that I'm a little more confident on that left hold. I managed to actually switch, but unfortunately the right hand was still extremely difficult. So one last go here. I did love that move spanning out and crimping both and getting the high foot. That felt really amazing. Left foot up. Keeping that left hand. Here I do manage to get my feet set properly. And I try flagging out. And hey, I'm a little closer. But that's going to bring us to a close. Thank you for watching. Mad love. Peace.